What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are rocking out a land clearing job here. We're moving out all the trees to the left of the driveway, everything in the grass, chipping off the tops of them, stacking the logs with the grapple truck, and then I'm gonna jump in the excavator and we're gonna dig out these stumps. Then I'm gonna move in some dirt, compact it, and then seed it. So probably a 4-day project. Got 27 trees total. Got a couple over there, and it's going relatively well. We started here at 8:30. We arrived at 8:30. It's now 9:45, and let's say we have like 10 of them on the ground. So the boys are rocking. They're doing their thing. The tractor hasn't been needed today, but I love topping trees. Topping trees is a lot of fun. It's a tremendous amount of fun. Just dropping them, chipping them, and then all of these chips are going back to our farm. We'll be utilizing those chips to make compost, and then plant mangoes and avocados and citrus and all the things we do. So what's good? We got this pine. This particular pine has an odd lean to it. It's kind of leaning a little bit towards the structure. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rope it, run up there, put up a rope. I'm gonna attach it to the tractor. We're gonna utilize the tractor as the counterweight. And that way our cut goes exactly where we want it to go. Oftentimes, if you do the right cut on the base, it's gonna go where you want it to go, but with a leaning pine, a lot of weirdness. A lot of, just no need for that. No need to head too close over there. Got our rigging situated. Making a base cut. I call them an alligator cut. It's basically taking a wedge out of the tree. Close that up a little easier here. So he's taking a wedge out of the tree right now. And once he's got that wedge out of the tree, then we're going to go ahead and cut into the wedge. And that's going to help like tip the tree in our favor. And then from there, it's just, you know, good to go. The thing is, when you do like one of these snatch ropes, you want to make sure that your tree, that your machine, whatever you're pulling it with, is much farther away than the tree is going to come down. I estimate this tree about 70, 80 feet. We want to make sure that you have enough line that you are well away from that. So the way that you can do that is measure your line on the ground and make marks with like spray paint and different colors if you want, but that way you know about how much line you have out, and you can kind of estimate that way. You can measure trees like this sometimes with phone apps. We will use a drone occasionally, just to kind of like mark the trees during the sales process. So we'll just kind of like fly them, that way we know roughly what we've got height wise and whatnot. And that's kind of the process there. Is making that wedge, and once he's got that wedge cut out, it's just gonna pop out like a piece of pie. There it is. So it's gone. Now he's going to go ahead and cut right into the back, which is just going to kind of give it like a nice pointed tip to it. And so the tree's just going to go in that direction. Bam! The tree just came down. Missed the shot, unfortunately. It was a great fall. Missed it. But I'm going to go ahead and unhook it, start chopping it, and chipping it out. Good job.
Good job, Travis.
Thanks, man.
I just wanted to flex for your video.
Yeah, I missed. I got the flex. I missed the tree coming down.
Oh.
I know. I know, because I want to I typically like someone to be like next to the machine, so that way you have a director. So what you're trying to do is, you got one guy here communicating with the guy on the saw, and then he's communicating with the guy on the tractor. You can do it with 2 guys. We do it a lot, but something like that is just better. You have 2 guys standing around, it's like, do that. It's sick.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
you said that.
We're gonna rope up another one here. We've got the excavator coming in on the truck that away. Nice. We are moving on to the excavation part of this project. So I'm going to dig these stumps out right here. And we've actually got our grapple truck showing up as well. Flip around. There is our grapple truck. So those guys are going to pick up Forrest. He's going to back in and then load that pile. I'm going to go ahead and grab a few more of these stumps so we can try to max out that truck. And we've got a couple more trees to come down, and then that's stumps to dig, and then grading and seeding. So moving along here. All right, so there's our stump. We're gonna go ahead and get some of this dirt off of it, pick it up, drop it a couple times. I'm gonna do that so that we're not taking out and hauling out dirt that needs to be here, because we're gonna have to bring in dirt regardless. So trying to keep as much of it here as we can. We're gonna shake it off. Also makes it cleaner when it goes through the processor, which is a big conveyor belt, basically a grinder. And so that will be useful when it gets to its next location, which is where that grapple truck's taking it now. So we're gonna go ahead and track on over there. That guy is gone. Here comes Coach Kurt coming through the gate. I'm gonna have Coach Kurt jump on Bob, have him go ahead and do a little bit of root raking for us. Nice. I have this pine stump here, and the thing with a pine stump is they've got this unique root structure. This one's on its side. They just flipped it around, but it holds so much weight, basically right about here. So right about there, you see with the bucket, that's essentially how it balances itself. It does have a root flare that I've cut with the bucket here that goes off, and kind of, you'll see them sometimes like in the grass. They're exposed. They're like very high roots. But the bulk of a pine is coming from right here, and it's extremely heavy. I always tell customers that there's just as much pine under the ground as there is above it, and weight-wise, it's very equal. Some root rakes through this to pick up any excess small roots. Then we're gonna run a box blade on it to start leveling it, and then we're gonna run tracks over it to compact it. We're gonna bring in a little bit of fill dirt, do the exact same process, get it graded, run a landscape rake on it, which will give us like a really nice like kind of a charred up surface almost, where we'll be able to put our seeds down and then smooth it right over, and it'll be final graded, seeded, ready to go. And then at some point in time the construction will start on the site, but it'll just be a grass field until then. So the sap on these trees out of the pines, they can use it to make gunpowder. It's pretty incredible. It's a really wild product, but there's a tremendous amount of energy inside of that sap if it's distilled. So it's kind of an interesting fact. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these last stumps out, and you know, get it up in the pile for the grapple truck. We're stump grinding out there with the Carlton. Got Bob finishing up root raking. So this project is wrapping up. We're wrapping it up this afternoon. Got the landscape rake implement back on the back of the tractor here. One of my favorite implements, probably my all-time favorite implement. I freaking love this thing. Maybe flail mower close second, but it just does such an amazing job. I box bladed it previously, and now we're getting ready for seed. And so this thing just does a great job of scarring up the surface just a little bit. It sifts out things, and it's just a great final product. I'm gonna adjust the lever a little bit up and down just as we get some of these like moon bumps, because I want it to be smooth like a golf course when we're done, like smooth like that. Got a little bit of bumpage out here, and we're gonna make a few passes on this, probably run for an hour or so with the rake, get everything just freaking perfectly spread out. And then I'm gonna seed it and it's gonna be done. Deleted the pines on this side. They're gone. No trace that they were here. Over here, lots of trees. Gone. Can see that something happened here, but seed will be fixing that. About a week or two. Definitely a month. You won't be able to tell that we were here. This is the end results here of this project. Looking good. Got the pods out here. They're going to start building. So this particular property owner is going to live in these travel trailer RV situation, and they're going to do a pretty serious home improvement project. Really happy with how the grade turned out. The seed took well. They're going to extend their driveway out. We did the seed option just to keep the dust down during the construction process and just have a nice presentation, you know, because they thought that the project would be starting at some point soon, and they're like, it's in for permitting, and I'm like, it could be in for a couple months, so let's like at least have it in a nice spot. Also, we don't have like dust going all over the site. It's like contained. If we had just left this and not seeded it, you just end up with a dusty, messy situation, and then you're just like living in that for extended period of time, especially because they plan on being on site while the construction occurs. I was like, yeah, let's do this. And they went for that upsell, and it was definitely the right thing to do. Came out really happy with how it came out. Looks absolutely great. Can't even tell that there was 30 trees out here like 3 weeks ago. Came out really great.